Okay, this is Jordan and John, and we're going to show you how to make a nice looking vasectomy pack ready for the autoclave. So we start with autoclave paper. We're going to use 2 sheets. The one sheet we're going to make a fenestrated drape out of. So notice how she's folding the sheet into quarters, and our goal is to have about an 8 centimeter fenestration. She's going to do that by cutting a quarter circle in one corner that has about a 4 centimeter radius. So there we're making the fenestration, and she's going to keep the little piece of paper off to the side to use later on. So notice how she's folding the fenestrated drapes into thirds, and that makes a little base to put your instruments on. And then she's going to place 6 instruments onto the fenestrated drape. You can get by with 4 instruments, but I like to use 6. I double up on my ring forceps and I double up on the hemostats. The reason is I often work alone, so if I drop something or I have a difficult case, I'll have an extra. But if you work with plenty of people in the office, you can easily get by with just 4 instruments, but 6 is nice too. So notice how she's keeping the tip of the lead dissector nicely away from the other instruments. And there we go. And then in with the instruments, we put a autoclave strip. That's a steam strip that indicates when steam has penetrated into the pack. And you can actually put it in with the instrument. So there you go. So you know it's all, that's where the money is, where the steam, we really want the steam to hit there. So this is the tip to the thermocautery. She's going to wrap that up in a piece of gauze, both to protect the tip from getting banged around, and hopefully the hot instruments won't touch it and melt it. So now putting a little bit more gauze in there. You can get by with 2 pieces of gauze per case. I use 4 often. The reason being that I'm working alone. Sometimes I drop one, and it's just nice to have a little extra gauze. So next is the sheath for the thermocautery, and you'll notice it can be tough during the beginning of the case to find the opening of the sheath. She's going to put the little piece of paper that she made from the fenestration into the opening of the sheath. Now the sheath is a little bit too long for the pack, so she's going to fold it. And you notice how it's folded asymmetrically, so there's never any question of where to introduce your thermocautery wand. And then another piece of gauze, terrific. Now this is a fun step here that makes the pack really nice. Notice how she's lined up the instruments with each of the corners of the bottom drape. And she's going to take the lower part, fold it over and tuck it in. That's going to leave a handle to make it easy to open in a sterile fashion. And then folding the edges. She's pulling a little bit towards herself while she folds. That'll make a big difference later on when she rolls the pack, so that there won't be dog ears with the rolled pack. It'll make sense in about 30 seconds when she rolls it. She's going to take the other fold, pull it slightly towards herself, and there, making another handle to grab in a sterile fashion. You see she's got 3 exposed handles, that's perfect. And then rolls it away from her. And you see how because she arranged all the corners properly, it folds up so straight and nice. And then this tape is steam sensitive tape that changes colors when the kit has been autoclaved, so it just gives you a nice reminder that the kit has been cooked. So we have 2 reminders, the internal steam strip and the external steam strip, and that is a nice looking autoclave pack.